All right, good morning, fans. Hopefully I don't get a phone call in the middle of this, but anyways, here's what I'm gonna do. Little tutorial. Let me make sure I'm recording. Everything's good. Just checking my screen, see what we can see. All right. Let me aim my camera down just a little. Is that better? All right, here we go. I'm back here at the potty. I'm going to put on my gloves. I'm going to show you guys how I clean the toilet. Got a little water back here. All right, this is the toilet. It hasn't been used, so it's good. And I could show you sometime on how to service that. We take off this little door, pull the little honey pot out and everything. But it's good. But what I was going to show you guys today, we have a relief tube back here, and I got my gloves on. Not that I'm really worried about all the cooties, but anyway, so to clean it, there is no technical service data. I've looked online everywhere on what the proper way to clean this thing is, but this tube goes out under the airplane, a little small drain tube, and I'll show you guys when I get done with this. I think I've showed it before on a previous video, but I will show it. But basically how this thing works is you pee into this thing, and I don't know if you can see down in there, there's a little valve that opens when I squeeze this trigger that opens. And since the cabin is pressurized and this goes to externally of the airplane, which is non-pressurized, it forces the liquid out this tube and out of the airplane. So basically that's all there is to it. I've got a concoction of a little pine sol, and I forget what scent this is, but anyways, it smells good, and basically it's a good disinfectant. And I'm just going to pour it down into this tube, right? And I'm squeezing the trigger. I'm going to fill it up, and I'm going to hold it up to let it drain. Excuse me, to let it drain down the tube. Get a lot of that stuff in there, and I'm just going to pour every bit of this, and I'll make a new batch. All right, we're going to pour it, pour it, pour it. All right, pour every bit of that. All right, that's done. Drain it all, make sure it all gets drained. It's all good, looks good. And then all I'm going to do is, I got some Clorox wipes right here. All right, the good stuff. Oops. Come on. We're gonna take out little Clorox wipes, clean the rest of it, wipe it out. All right, looks good. Looks good. And that's basically it. Throw that right there. And then this tube, I don't know if you guys can see the latch. It's supposed to go in like this. Oops. But it never folds up right. They really didn't make this little cabinet quite big enough. Alright, it's supposed to fold, but it never really folds quite right. It would have been nice if they made this little cabinet bigger. So that but anyways, let's slide it in like this, put that in there, and then slide this tube in that way, like that. All right, so that's good, and that's it. So I'm gonna save my little bottle. I'll refill that. All right, and that's it. I'm gonna put my little water bottle right there. That's so they can kind of fold it out. Let me peel off my glove, and I'm gonna stop the camera. Well, stay tuned for the next part. I'm going to do an oil refill. All right, part 2. Here's my oil system that I use to fill the, and I'm going to show you guys on the plane why I do this. I've got a funnel here, right? But I'm going to show you the tricks that I use. Here's the oil can, and in case you guys didn't know, we use Mobile Jet 2. Turbine oil for the engines, and yes, they still come in these old-timey cans. I don't know why they don't come in the plastic bottles. It would be so much easier if they did, because then I could pour it straight out of the bottle. But I'll show you why I go through all this step to get this. I'm going to pour the oil into my little container. All right, we'll pour a whole quart into here, even though I'm not going to use it. It doesn't take that much oil. But I'm going to pour the oil into this little oil container thing that I bought. All right, we'll get every bit of it, because this stuff is expensive. All right, so there's that. There's my oil. Throw my can away. Trying to make this quick. All right, put my cap back on. All right, I'm gonna grab my oil filler spout, my oil, my phone. We're gonna go over here. All right, and you can see the puddle under the airplane. That's where that, when I clean the potty, see where it drips through the tube right beside that antenna? That's the drain for that P tube. So anyways, all right, I'm gonna put this right here for now. Set that right there. Do it like that. All right, let me go get my ladder and I'll show you guys. I may edit some of this stuff so we can expedite. All right, grab my ladder. All right, I'm trying to hurry. All right, I'm gonna show you the oil, how I add oil, and I'm had to be very careful not to bang my flaps. I'm gonna get my ladder as close to the flap as I can without getting wobbly. Right there. All right, that looks good. We'll get up on our ladder. Set my funnel right there. Set my oil jug right there. And now here is where we check the oil. Now, I don't know if you guys can see that, but right there's the add line. That's add a quart, and full is up higher up. But you can see it's not really quite to the add line, but I'm going to put the oil up to in between those two levels. And I'm going to show you how we do that. We're going to open this door, and then you can see there's the full mark on that same tube that I could see from beneath. Here's the oil filler cap. We're going to take that off, and you can see it's got a little check valve type thing here that pushes down, and little gaskets to keep the oil. So even if you left this cap off, theoretically it shouldn't be able to throw oil out of it with that little check valve. I would never trust it 100%. But anyways, here's what I have to do to add oil, because obviously this thing has to be pushed down to fill up the oil. So I have a little funnel that fits right into that little thing, and then I'm going to push it down like that as I fill it. But it's a kind of a process here. So I'm going to take that off like that, and here's where, or I'm actually, instead of doing that, here's what I do. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm going to unscrew this little cap right here. Get my rags, I'll be ready. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to watch. Let me see if I can aim my light down. There we go. We're going to watch that level go up, and I want to fill it up about halfway in between those two bolts. Seems to be a good spot for it. You don't want to overfill it, and then I'm just going to kind of watch up here and then watch down here where and I'm pushing down to trigger that little valve so it goes right into the motor. And I fill it, and it'll seek its own level. So I kind of fill it up quite a bit. Maybe a quarter of a quart, we'll see. And it's showing full, but watch when I quit pouring. We'll let it settle, and we'll see where it goes. All right. So that's pretty good right there. That's at those 3/4 mark or so. So that looks good. And that's it. And I'm very careful to screw everything back together. Put that back on. All right. Grab my rag. Oop. Grab my rag so we don't drip oil anywhere. Put this little cap back on. And that's it. So there you have it. So now our oil is up to that level. That's it. I'm going to do the other side, same as this one. Thanks for watching.